Hi,
Yeah, good morning.
good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. A very warm welcome to the TrioTech Software Trainings Oracle Fusion Financials Cloud demo. And my name is Chandu, and I would start off with a brief introduction about myself. Uh, I have around 12 plus years of experience in the field of Oracle Fusion Financials and the on-premise model. And I have worked on multiple clients across the globe, having implemented the financial Fusion financial applications, and have good amount of experience with the current happenings around the world, around the globe, you can say, with respect to the Fusion financial applications. Uh, and thereby, I would be able to, through this particular, training sessions or training program, I would be able to help you out and help you understand and relate with the real life, transactions, real life scenarios, along with training you all in the Fusion financial applications. Today's agenda, particularly to speak about, is to the introduction to ERP, what an ERP is all about, and the things that are the concepts and aspects that are part of ERP, to discuss around it and make you familiar with it. Then the specifically when we talk about our training program, we are training on the Oracle Fusion application. So we'll give you a brief understanding or a background around the evolution or the journey that Oracle Fusion applications have taken so far, and so on and so forth. We will be understanding or having a if having an idea around the basic concepts around the Oracle Fusion financials as a starter to help you relate and understand on the aspects of Fusion financials. So this is the agenda for today. With that, I will start with the topic for today, that is the Oracle Fusion Financials. With that, first of all, let's understand what an ERP is all about. I believe all of you are already aware. In this age of digitization, almost every one of us is quite familiar with such kind of applications, softwares that are in the market for aiding, the daily business activities, and even for that matter, the personal, finances, personal activities, and in day-to-day processes. So one such, the general categorization that we can categorize them is with respect to the ERP, and which stands with the acronym is for Enterprise Resource Planning. Specifically, ERP, when we talk about, it's all about the business activities. Okay, it is for managing the business processes, the softwares that are there for managing the business processes, and which integrates multiple business functionalities, which helps manage the business in managing multiple business functionalities. And also the key aspect that we need to always remember is that it helps integrate the different business functions. The business functions, when we talk about, the business functions are nothing but the financial function, the logistics, the supply chain, the operations. Okay, different, in manufacturing as a function, human resource as a function. Okay, for all of these business functions that are across the business, to the management of it. Okay, the management from a process perspective, the management from a data perspective. Okay, and the linkages, or facilitating the smooth processing of interdepartmental activities or interfunctional activities. All of these are facilitated, okay, these days by enterprise resource planning, which actually helps business optimize, okay, its resources, make optimum utilization of its resources, and thereby increase the productivity and profitability of the business in the long run. So that is where ERP softwares are being deployed. Now, the leading players, okay, many of you might be aware, okay, about Tally was the traditional, we can say, the traditional ERP that came up, and then in the market later on, many of the big ERPs have ventured into. Okay, some of the big names that we can associate are, Oracle, then Sage, SAP, we call it. Okay, then we have Salesforce. Okay, many of these, big players, you can say they actually, cater, or they have actually developed softwares, ERP softwares and ERP applications, you can say, that actually helps carry out multiple business functions and business functionalities. Okay, it is not limited to any specific business function or specific stream of the business, but then it can be applicable, or it can be applied to all the business functions in the a particular business. There are even certain other ERPs as well, which actually are niche ERPs. Okay, or we can say that cater to the niche business functions. Okay, you can say, some ERPs, they specifically cater to only financial activities. Okay, or so there are certain other ERPs which only cater to the customer relationship management. Okay, some just cater to just the supply chain activities. Okay, so there are a lot many ERPs that you can see in the market today. Okay, but then out of them, the leading names are Oracle, SAP, you can say, and Salesforce, because and even Microsoft, is there. Okay, so basically these are bigger names. The reason being, they actually provide you with a whole suite of applications. Okay, whole suite of applications that cater to varied and wide range of business activities. Now the now basically our training program is all about Oracle, ERP, Oracle, ERP. We will have an understanding around it, because that is what we would be, our training program would be focusing on. All right. With that, I will move further with explaining the Oracle, ERP, what it is all about, and what are the things revolving around it. So first of all, understanding Oracle Fusion. Okay, what Oracle Fusion is. So as I mentioned, when I welcomed you with the in the session, we would be training on Oracle Fusion Financials, right? That is what we mentioned. So Oracle Fusion, what Oracle Fusion is all about, that is what we need to that is what we need to understand. Okay, so Oracle Fusion is a host of applications. Okay, is a host of applications that can be best described as, so these are the three things based on which you can categorize, or you can say, say that these are the features of Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, they are built on open standards based platform. Okay, you can say that these are all technical tools. You can say Oracle SOA, WebLogic Server, JDeveloper, OBI, Web Center Portal. Okay, Enterprise Manager, Identity Management. You can call them as open standards platforms. Okay, or technical aspects based on which technical platforms, you can say, using which the Oracle Fusion applicable applications have been built upon. Okay, over a period of time, then built on best practice or best business processes. Now what do you mean by this best practice or best business processes? Okay, so in the market, okay, there are, as I mentioned earlier, there are certain players, or certain ERP companies who are providing niche, or catering to specific business processes. Okay, and they have been focusing on those specific businesses over a period of time, such that they have become experts in those areas. So they have actually built on the best practices that are followed in the market, or across the globe by various business organizations. Okay, the best practices, the best human resource practices, the best finance practices, okay, across the globe, that the organizations have been practicing. Based on these, the ERPs are built. Now, specifically talking about Oracle Fusion ERP, okay, you can see Oracle e-business suite. Okay, what e-business suite is, we will understand, but then it was primarily built for financial purposes, or financial catering to the finance function of the business. Okay, and it has the e-business suite ERP, which is an Oracle product itself, has been catering to the best practices of the best finance best practices in the industry. Okay, then there is PeopleSoft. Okay, then JD Edwards, Siebel, These are some of the other ERPs which were market leaders or market players in providing the applications, in developing the applications to cater to the business practices, the universal business practices for HR, for supply chain, for customer relationship management. So these were all some of the different softwares that were there in the market. So over a period of time, okay, actually Oracle has adopted all of these best practices, by in many of the cases by developing some of the applications themselves, okay, and some us by and by taking over some of the other ERPs in the market, okay, and thereby they have integrated all the best practices as much as possible, that is going across the globe. And even now they are keeping themselves upgraded. Okay, so that is how they have built on the best business practices. The Oracle Fusion application, they have built on the best business practices, okay, deployed through a selection of options over a period of time as and when the technological advancements have happened. Okay, with respect to each time, whatever the major technology has been, okay, on that they have been deploying their applications. Okay, there was a public cloud, private cloud, on-premise, hybrid. Okay, so these are some of the deployment options. So basic, understanding around it, we will have in the coming slides what deployment is all about. Okay, or deployment options are all about. So in a nutshell, you can say Oracle Fusion applications, therefore, can be best described as a suite of application built on Oracle Cloud, okay, on cloud-based model that include cloud-based applications for enterprise resource planning, enterprise performance management, supply chain, manufacturing, human capital, customer experiences, and many more. Okay, so that is where you can even associate the name as Fusion. The reason being it is a mix of all these things. Okay, so that is where you can best describe Oracle applications as the Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, now this is just a small slide on the evolution of Fusion applications, or you can say the journey of the Fusion applications. As I had mentioned in the earlier slide, okay, that it has it has come across a long way, okay, and over the period of time it has actually ventured, or it has actually ventured into multiple applications, as well as it has actually taken over many of the leading softwares in the market at that point of time, who are into providing niche or specific business processes, or catering to specific business processes. So you can attribute, the success of Oracle Fusion applications to this particular activity that they have done over a period of time. Okay, so in the ERP space, okay, in the ERP space, Oracle Fusion, Oracle specifically to say Oracle company, okay, they started off into the ERP space by starting with Oracle e-business suite. Prior to that, there were some small application developments that they have done, and even before that, they have actually come up with database database services. Okay, and then they gradually ventured into the ERP space. Now, from the time they have ventured into ERP space, they had started off with Oracle e-business suite, and over a period of time, as I mentioned, they have acquired PeopleSoft, which was a giant in the HRMS solution, human resource management solution. Okay, then after that they had acquired JD Edwards, which was actually a leading player for procurement and financial ERP applications. Okay, then Siebel, that was into customer relationship management. Okay, then Hyperion. Okay, so Hyperion was a reporting application or tool, you can say, which actually helped businesses in developing advanced reporting mechanisms. Okay, so that is where Hyperion they have acquired for to integrate the best features of the reporting, best reporting features of the Hyperion application. Okay, then e-business suite financials, it was their own product, which they, so basically you can say they were experts, okay, or they were a key or a niche player in providing or catering to the financials of the across the globe for all the business organizations. So they actually integrated all of them. Okay, they integrated all of them and fused it together and came up with the fusion applications. Okay, so this is just a small journey, or that Oracle, this is just a journey that Oracle had, and over a period of years or over a period of decades, you can say. And now, even now, they are continuously upgrading themselves or bringing out new enhancements into the market to uh, to cater to the ever-changing requirements of the business. This is just a magic quadrant published by Gartner, which shows from a product centric perspective, Oracle being one of the leaders, okay, in the market. Okay, along followed by Microsoft and Infor, and this has been consistently followed. This is from a June 2021 report, but then this is what consistently has been followed, and in the later years as well, in 2002 as well as in 2003, Oracle Fusion Applications (ERP) is basically the leader in the market based on a product centric. That means from a software perspective, in the market, they are the leaders. Okay. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Oracle Fusion applications, they are deployed by means of some certain deployment modes. Okay, so out of it, we will understand the deployment mode, or deployment means of on-premise and cloud. There was primarily or traditional deployment model was on-premise. Okay, on-premise. Just I'll tell you a brief around it. On-premise was basically on the premises of the customer. Okay, so even you can say traditional softwares, they were all deployed on the client place, or or the business place. In the business, they would have their own laptops, and they would have their own machines, computers, and on that they will install, okay, the applications and the database and everything. Okay, so primarily in this I have explained in a very simple terms for so that everyone can understand. But then, in actual, generally, what is there? There is a whole networking team, okay, of the business, okay, IT team who maintain the servers of the business, so on and so forth. The tech, the IT infrastructure, you can say, on which basically the applications or the softwares and all those things are deployed. Okay, now primarily that particular activity, okay, of deploying those on the company's IT infrastructure, okay, or the business's IT infrastructure, that is called the on-premise deployment model. So originally or traditionally, you can say Oracle also used to do this, where they used to deploy their database as well as their applications and softwares on the client, or you can say the business who procures the license from Oracle, okay, on their IT infrastructure. They used to rely and install it. But then from the time the cloud technology started gaining pace in the market, from that time onwards, Oracle has developed its applications, its cloud applications. Okay, and it has been deploying everything on cloud. Okay, everything, the data servers and everything, Oracle themselves have established in different regions, and they have been deploying the cloud applications, the licenses for which are purchased by the businesses, and they have installed or deployed on the cloud platform. Okay, now primarily when we talk about Oracle Cloud deployment model, okay, we associate, okay, or the terminology that is generally associated is SaaS or PaaS. Okay, SaaS means basically software, as a service. Okay, and PaaS means platform as a service. Now these are two segregations into the Oracle, cloud deployments. Okay, now what are these? Okay, and what on-premise is, some of the aspects around it, we will understand more in detail in the next slide. Okay, so here it is. So these are the different cloud deployment, or the cloud deployment models, you can say. uh, the on-premise model, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Okay, as I mentioned, the cloud generally is now more on the software as a service and platform as a service deployment model. Okay, these are, you can say, almost almost obsolete, not completely gone from the market, but almost they are going to stop the services of these deployment models. On premise, as I mentioned, application data, the servers, the networking, storage, everything is on the premises of the business. Okay, on the premises of the business. Okay, then infrastructure as a service, it was actually a mix of on premise and the cloud deployment model. Okay, now cloud deployment model, specifically to say software as a service. Okay, all the applications and the required operating softwares, server, storage, networking, everything is managed by Oracle. Okay, it is not unlike this case. Everything was managed by the client themselves because it was the clients or the business who gets the licenses. It was their infrastructure. Okay, but then when we talk about software as a service, everything is managed, okay, by Oracle. Okay, so you might say then how the person or the business who, not the person, the business who gets the licensing for the Oracle Cloud applications will get an access. So that access part, how it looks like, how we will get an access, all of those things we will understand in the coming slides. Okay, coming sections of today's trade. So then platform as a service. Now platform as a service is has been initiated, or has been integrated as a another platform in order to help the businesses, okay, cater to some customized requirements. Okay, now every business, okay, every industry has its own processes. Even when we talk about finance in general, still every industry, okay, every industry like banking industry, similarly, financial services industry or manufacturing industry, all of them might be having their own some of the activities very specific or very specific to the industry that they belong to. Okay, so in order to cater to such requirements, okay, Oracle has come up with a platform as a service where the businesses, in order to cater to such specific requirements, or you can call it as customized requirements, okay, they will need a space, or they will need a platform where they can develop their own applications, okay, customized applications to cater to their specific business requirements. Okay, now that is where Oracle actually provides them with a licensing, that is a platform as a service. Okay, where the application can be developed by their technical team in that platform. Okay, and which in turn can be integrated, okay, with the software as services. Okay, software as service applications. Okay, and even the data can be managed. Okay, the data, the respective customized application data also can be managed under platform as a service. But then all the other things, that is the operating systems, the servers supporting that particular application, the middleware, okay, the storages, all those things are again on cloud and managed by Oracle. Okay, platform as a service, software as a service. Now software as a service and platform as a service are the the currently ongoing deployment models for Oracle cloud applications. Okay, not only financials, but every other application that caters to every other business aspects, like the Oracle supply chain applications, the Oracle human resource applications, for everything, whatever Oracle offers, whatever applications Oracle offers. Okay, it comes under software as a service, and then customized applications or things or data can be managed in the platform as a service. But this is what you need to keep in mind. All right, now when we talk about Oracle Cloud environments, we should also have some understanding around the different software versions and the releases. Okay, a small history around from when it started off, and the Oracle Cloud applications from when it started off. What are the what are the early releases that it came up with. So I hope you all of you are familiar with the terminology as software versions and software releases and all. Okay, so every software that we use in our day-to-day activities, all of them have a certain release versions. Okay. And every now and then you might be seeing a notification coming up in your cell phone, saying that there is an upgrade available, so please download and upgrade it. Okay, so those are basically what those are the versions or releases that the developers they come up with every now and then. Okay, in order to maybe have some enhanced functionalities, or maybe to fix some bugs. Okay, so that is where even Oracle, as I mentioned, is a software. Oracle Cloud applications are also what softwares. So that also they also keep on coming up with different releases now and then, different versions now and then. So it is important for us to understand that aspect. Okay. So first we will understand the early releases and then the current release and what is the version upgrade policy of the Oracle applications. All right. So here we have some aspects around the Oracle Fusion release history. Okay, so it started off with 2011. In 2011, it came up with its first release, okay, of Oracle Fusion applications, which was called as R1, indicating that it's a release one. Okay, and then over a period of time, it has actually come up with these many releases. Okay, even and you can say until now, release 13 is the recent release that is going on, which first came up in 2017, and it is called the most static. Okay, the most static or the stable, you can say the most stable release. Okay, so over a period of time, over the decades, what they have done is they have actually kept on developing and making their product better and better to cater to the ever changing requirements of the businesses globally. Okay, so that is where they have developed and made to the release 13 as the most stable version. Okay, until release 10, uh, it was this Oracle Fusion applications. They were deployed on on-premise as well as on cloud. Okay, so businesses who choose whatever mode of deployment, they had an option to go with on-premise as well as the cloud deployment models. Okay, but then starting from release 11 onwards, okay, it is on cloud itself. Okay, release 10 to be specific, you can say, or release 11, you can say that it has been on the cloud model alone. Okay, now everything that Oracle provides, all the Fusion applications, it is on cloud. Okay, and release 13 is the most recent or the latest release, and it started off in 2017. Okay, now with respect to the release, as I mentioned, right? Along with the releases, even every now and then they come up with certain upgrades. Okay, and in those upgrades, generally what they do is they come up maybe with new enhancements. We call it as enhancement. Okay, enhancement means additional or new features or functionalities being introduced. Okay, those are called enhancements. Or maybe in the old functionalities also they might have some. They might have added some. New things. Okay, then bug fixes. Okay, those are also again part of the upgrade policy. Okay, so that is where there is an upgrade policy, a quarterly upgrade policy. Okay, that is followed by the by Oracle. Okay, quarterly means every quarter, every beginning of the quarter, they come up with an upgrade, and they have actually put a numbering and a naming convention to each of the version upgrades that they come up with. Okay, so Jan to March, the upgrade in Jan to March quarter is termed as A. April to June is termed as B. July to September it is termed as C, and October to December it is termed as D. Okay, now along with that, what it does is it adds a numeric value, okay, which indicates the year in which they have come up with the version. Okay, so that is where if at all if the versions that have come up in 2021 had been named as 21A, 21B, 21C, 21D. Okay, and now in 2023, okay, it has come up with the versions in the respective quarters, and they have been named as 23A, 23B, and currently we are in 23C. Okay, and in October, somewhere around October, they will be coming up with the new version. Okay, that would be termed as 23D. Okay, so this is how they are following a quarterly upgrade policy, and there is a naming convention based on which anyone who looks at the applications can understand on which in on which version that particular the Oracle Cloud applications are on. Okay, with this, I will actually like to take you through the Oracle, application login. So as I mentioned, right, one of the aspects about cloud, the cloud is what basically everything is managed by the software, the database, data, servers, everything is managed by Oracle. So you might be asking then what is the thing that the customer who are getting the licenses would get? Okay, so basically they will get a login ID, a particular environment. Okay, we call it as the environment. Okay, or you can in simple terms you can call it as the login instance. Okay, login environment you can call it. Okay, and they give you a URL, a web-based URL. Okay, and which you can go, and once you visit that page, you will along with that they would have provided you a login ID and password which you can use to log into the applications and then start using the applications. Okay, to which now there are many other aspects around it, around the applications that you can get access to and all those things, which we will understand in the coming sessions in the coming days. Okay, so to make you familiar with the login applications, so I will just open a new tab. Okay, and here you will see, one second. So this is one example of the instance. Okay. So like this, there will be a URL that will be provided to you. HTTPS. When you get a license, or when the business they would get a license from Oracle for their app for the use of their applications, they will get an environment. Okay. So like this, this is one of the example of an environment. Okay, and this URL you will type into the web browser, and when you do that, it will load, and this is what you will find: sign in Oracle Applications Cloud. Okay, and then you will have the user ID and password that you need to enter, and you will log into the applications. Okay, so let me enter my user ID and password. Okay, this is how the landing page would look like. Okay, and there might be some messages available here, but these are all some things that can be customized. Okay, customized as in as required by the business. Here there is a logo of Oracle, but once the businesses they get the licenses, they upload their own logo. Okay, and these are some of the things or some of the aspects that you find as a generic thing. Okay, generally in all websites when you log in, there might be some icons, some generic icons over there. Okay, like this indicates that you need to go to the home page. Okay, so if I click on it, it will take you to the home page. Okay, so somewhat like this it will look like. Okay, now all these things, what are the some of these some of these icons around here, what's the use of it? Okay, how to navigate around the applications? Okay, all of these things we will learn in the coming days. Okay, now with respect to the version, okay, release and the version from the application, it we can anyone who uses the application, they can know what version it is on. Okay, on, or what is the version that this particular application is on. Okay, and what is the release it is on, it can be easily known from where, when you click on this icon. Okay, there is an about this application section. You go into that, and here you will see Oracle Fusion Cloud Applications 23C, and there is some numeric numbers here. Okay, now what all these numbers indicate, that I'll explain. Okay, 11. 11 stands for the year in which Oracle Cloud applications were initiated. Okay, so as I mentioned, right, it started off in the year 2011. Okay, and that is where the number is 11 here. Then 13. 13 stands for the release, the current release it is on. Okay. So release 13, I mentioned, right? Release 13 is the latest release, the most static release or the stable release. Okay. So that is where 13 indicates the release. 23 indicates the year. Okay. 07 indicates the month in which this version came up. Okay. and zero point 0, this is the zero version of that month, okay, you can say, or that version, you can say. Okay, so that is where you have the numbering, which indicates each of the number indicates a specific a specific aspect of the version. Then 23 directly indicates that this is 23. This version came up in 2023 in the third quarter. C indicates as third quarter. Okay, so that is where even the month is mentioned in this numeric numbering. Okay, or this numeric value, and even the by C it indicates the respective quarter as well. Okay, so that I have explained how the naming is done. Okay, so this is how basically the version you can know. First of all, you can log in. How you can log in, I have explained, and then how you can look at the version, and how anyone who looks at this particular about this application will know about the application version. Okay, now we will move on a bit more into the into the concepts of Oracle cloud applications. Okay, so this is where, as I mentioned, right, software as a service is a licensing that is procured for getting the access of the applications. Okay, all the applications that Oracle provides. Okay, for that, the SaaS licensing has to be procured by the businesses. Okay, the SaaS licensing, the SaaS means software as a service. Okay, the license has to be procured, and with that, they will get an access to multiple applications that actually cater to multiple business processes or business functions. Okay, so here, as part of the application SaaS application framework, you can see there is examples mentioned. Okay, human capital management, human capital management has all some of the applications related to human resource management, like workforce management. Okay, then global human resource, talent management. These are some of the activities or functions that are carried out in the human resource department, and according to that, they have developed some applications. Okay, so this is the domain, you can say. Enterprise resource planning, like financials, project management. Okay, then risk management, procurement. Okay, so these are some things that would come under enterprise resource plan. Okay, similarly, there are many customer experience for that, marketing, CRM analysis, or social services, engagement, sales and services, commerce. Okay, so these are all some of the applications with respect to customer experience that the Oracle provides as part of the Oracle Fusion applications. For supply chain, you can see inventory management, logistics, okay, maintenance, manufacturing. See, these are all something that is catered to supply chain management. Similarly, there are many more. Okay, Internet of Things, adaptive intelligence apps, industry solutions. Okay, specific industry wise also some applications are required. So those also they have tried to venture into by developing such kind of niche products. Okay, so that is where software as a service applications are. These are some of the examples or domains of or areas which they cater as part of the software as a service applications. Okay, similarly, platform as a service applications, they basically will have all the technical tools, okay, required for developing certain applications, custom applications, as well as maintaining the respective data around it. Okay, so they have here the database. Okay, so the database is required to maintain the data, right, for custom application. That is where there is a database management domain. Okay, then application development management domain, for that all the technical tools like Java, okay, and data science, blockchain. Okay, so these are all some of the aspects that they provide as part of application development. Okay, then integration. Okay, so integration is basically it has to integrate with the SaaS applications, that is the Oracle software as a service application. Similarly, it has to integrate with some external softwares. Okay, a business is not always purchasing only one software. Okay, they, along with Oracle, they might be having many more other softwares as well. Now they need to be integrated together because there needs to be a data transfer needs to happen. Okay, so all in order to cater to that kind of linkages, an integration has to be developed, technically developed. Okay, between these software. For that, there are certain tools. Okay, under platform as a service for integration. Okay, so that is what is provided as part of the platform as a service licensing. Now, this is also a separate license that the companies, okay, who want to use this platform have to purchase. Okay. So with respect to the SaaS applications, again, this is a deeper, example, or a more example that has been provided with respect to the Oracle Fusion applications. Okay. Now for financial management. Okay, for financial management, these are some of the general applications that are provided, which cater to the universal financial processes, universal financial business processes. Okay, common business processes that are followed across the globe. According to that, they have developed these financial applications. So general ledger. Okay, so what general ledger is for? So anyone from the accounting and finance background will know what a general ledger is. Okay, basically where all the financial accounting, okay, the accounting journal entries and everything is maintained, and even on regular intervals, certain reportings are generated. The ledger is there, okay, under which all the accounting information, the accounting journal entries are maintained for all the transactions that are carried out. Okay, then accounts payable. Accounts payable is specifically an application which caters to the vendor, vendor related transactions. That too specifically, which concerns the finance department. That is about invoicing activities or payment activities. Okay, so those are something that are vendor payments and vendor invoicing activities. Okay, now what is a vendor? Vendor is a supplier. I believe all of you might be familiar with the terminology. Supplier is nothing but an organization or a person who would provide you with certain goods or services, and in turn, for those goods or services, they would be charging you. Okay, with a they would be charging you some amount, right? And for that, there is a legal document, okay, which is called an invoice, or a negotiable document, you can say, which is called an invoice. And then for that, you make a payment in check, maybe in online transfers, maybe. Okay, so for that, there is a specific application that they have developed specifically to manage these accounts payable activities. Okay, so that is where accounts payable as a module comes up. Then asset management as a application. Just one moment, please. Sorry for the interruption. Okay. So, asset management. So, all the businesses, they particularly have the assets that they are having, like the furnitures, the building. Okay. Similarly, vehicles. All these are called as assets of the companies, or softwares. Okay. Hardwares. Okay. These are all assets of the companies. Now, in order to manage the assets, okay, the assets of the company, there is a asset management modules or applications that they have, okay, which in turn helps them manage the assets, as well as uh, record the accounting or financial data behind those assets. Okay, so it is a function in the business itself. Okay, in any business under the financial department, asset management also comes up as a separate functional function. Okay, similarly, accounts receivable. Okay, now accounts receivable is what? Specifically with respect to the customer transactions. Okay, so customer transaction means the customer invoicing would be there. Okay, anything that you might have sold as a business, you will be engaged in selling some services or selling some products. Okay, or trading in goods, right? So that is where you will have a transaction with your customers. Okay, now in order to facilitate the customer related processes, okay, or recording the transactions of the customers, billing activities, similarly recording the payments that they give you, okay, for your services or for the goods that you have sold them. So managing all those transactions, there is accounts receivable as an application that has been provided or has been developed and introduced in the market by Oracle. Okay, there are many. All the other players also have these kind of softwares, but then Oracle, we are talking about Oracle, and then therefore we will specifically talk about Oracle applications. Okay, so accounts receivable is one of the applications, one such application that Oracle provides under the financial management suite. Then cash and expense management. Okay, so cash means basically the bank reconciliation related activities. Similarly, fund balances. Okay, in order to manage some activities and data around it, there is cash management as an application. Expense management, basically to cater to the employee reimbursements and all, they have come up with a separate application itself. So employee reimbursements means basically the employee travel is done, right? So for business purposes, employees they travel or incur any other kind of expenses, okay, for the business. Okay, the employees they incur it. So now the employees have to be reimbursed. So for that process, for those kind of activities and processes, managing the process as well as the data around it, the financial data around it, there is expense management as a module available. Now, this is just generic list of applications, the most common list of applications that they have that is mentioned over here based on the common business practices. But then there are many more applications which actually cater to more business requirements or business functions or departments. Okay, human capital management the same way. Okay, so since we are discussing about fusion applications in general, that is why these sections have been included. Human capital management, similarly, the customer relation management, relationship management, applications. Some of them have been mentioned here. Then procurement. Okay, procurement is a different suite where there are multiple applications for catering to the procurement activities, purchasing, sourcing, supplier, okay, supplier management, okay, or procurement contracts. These are all something that come as part of the procurement modules. Then supply chain management modules, inventory. These are some of the generic things which you might be aware, because these are generic business processes through which every individual, mostly every individual, they would be familiar with, because they go through these processes day in and day out. Okay, so that is where you can understand in a very simple manner these terminologies: inventory management, cost management. Okay, so these are shipping and receiving. Okay, so these are all different domains, okay, for which the Oracle Fusion applications are have been developed and are being utilized by businesses across the globe. Okay, all right, now we come to the part where we will be understanding. Just one moment, please. Okay, so this is the more list of applications that are covered by the Oracle Cloud Financials suite. Okay, the core modules that we generally call it as the core financial modules. Those are general ledger, accounts payable, fixed assets, accounts receivable, cash management, and expense. But then, as I mentioned, there are many more applications and modules which cater to specific business requirements. Okay, business functionaries. So intercompany, you can see other modules are intercompany module. Okay, for facilitating the intercompany transactions. Okay, then there is advanced collection, then tax, fusion accounting hub. Okay, revenue management cloud service. Okay, lease accounting. So lease related functional functions are there in the business. For that, under the financial department. So for that, there is a lease accounting application, joint venture management. Now these are all additional applications that are part of the Oracle Cloud Financials suite. This I've just explained for your understanding. Okay. All right. Now, a bit more into, basically what is the objective of this training program. Okay, which will help you understand, what basically you would be doing as part of this particular, course offering. Okay, so basically what we will be, understanding around this or training around this, uh, the configuration of some of these softwares. Okay, what are the softwares that are covered as part of the Oracle Cloud Financial Suite, and as part of this training program? Basically, these are the modules that are going to be covered in the course. Okay, general ledger, accounts payable, fixed assets, accounts receivable, cash management, and tax. So tax is something which we will be taking up towards the end, if there is enough time to cover based on the course duration. But then definitely we already have some videos or recordings which we will be sharing with you, if at all time crunches there. Okay, but this is basic focus would be on general ledger, accounts payable, fixed assets, accounts receivable, and cash management modules. Okay, now as part of this training of these modules, what is it that we are going to cover? Okay, we will be covering the configuration of these applications. Okay, so every business, okay, that purchases the licenses for these applications, they need to get it configured. Okay, so there are certain companies and certain players in the market who actually help, or who give the services of configuring these applications for the businesses. Okay, now that is where those people would be hiring, people who know how the configuration of the applications work. Okay, that too specifically, now we are talking about Oracle cloud financial applications. Okay, so these particular application, general ledger, accounts payable, fixed asset, account receivable, cash management, how to configure this, that is what we are going to learn first as part of this training program. Okay, then we will be learning on or training on how to utilize these applications in the day-to-day business for carrying out the day-to-day business activities. Okay, so business transactions have to be carried out, as I mentioned, right? In case of general ledger, what are the activities that you do as part of the general ledger process? You record the accounting data, accounting journal entries for all the transactions that are carried out, right? And then even maintain the ledger, okay, and maintain, what do you say, the reportings. Okay, all these are carried out as part of the general accounting department, and the general accounting department would use the general ledger application. Now, how to use the general ledger application? That is also something you need to know. Just by knowing the configuration, it will not suffice. You will have to train the business users. Okay, train the business users to use these applications. For that, you need to be aware of how to use it. Okay, by yourself also you need to be aware of it. That is where we will train on using, okay, using this application. Also, after we have seen the configuration of it, we will learn how to use this, use these modules as well, carry out transactions in these modules. Now, in that process, I will help you relate with the general business practices that are carried out based on real life examples. Okay, in real time business implementations, or in businesses, what are the different kind of transactions in general that they carry out. Okay, and how to enter those transactions, or how to record those transactions in the respective applications based on the respective business functions. Okay, that is what we will train on. Okay, so that is where you will see the course curriculum. So for each GL, AP, AR, FA, and cash management, there is a course curriculum associated. On the left-hand side, okay, this particular section, you will see this is mentioning all the activities, okay, that you would be doing as part of the general ledger configurations. Okay, and then on the right-hand side, you will see these sections or these tasks, basically, which are the transaction processes.
Okay, so basically how to use the applications to carry out the business operations. Okay, so that is what basically is listed on the right hand side. So the flow in which we will be moving is, first of all, we will see the setups, because any application has to be configured first. Okay, and that is where we are learning to even configure the applications. Okay, and then we will also learn how to utilize these applications. Okay, how to utilize these applications also we will learn. Now, for what profile does this training fits? Okay, the profile for which this training fits is the functional consultant profile. Okay, the functional consultant profile. So the organizations who are actually into the service of configuring these applications, okay, they will hire the people who are trained, okay, on configuring the applications. So let's say, for example, if you are getting trained on financial applications configuration and the use of it, then you will be hired by some organization who is providing the Oracle ERP financials configuration, or let's say Oracle ERP configurations in general. But in that too, you will be hired as part of the Oracle Finance Functional Consultant team. Okay, you will be called as Oracle Finance Functional Consultant, okay, who has the knowledge of configuring the applications as well as using the applications. Okay, then there is a lot of other business implementation life cycle that I will talk about later, but this is what as a primary information that I would like to give you. Similarly, you will learn about all the other applications, okay, and be eligible to be included as part of the Oracle Finance functional team in any company or business that is into the service of providing these configuration services for Oracle applications. Okay, that is what your work profile would be. Okay, now not only this, this application related trainings we will have, but along with that, we will also look on some technical aspects, not all technical aspects. Many of you might be having a question like, what about the technical things? To make it clear, not all technical aspects we will be covering, because this course is purely focused on providing a functional training. Okay, but then as part of the functional team, you need to know some technical aspects. And what are those? Like security administration is there. Okay, and spreadsheet loader, or for inbound integration for file based data loader. Okay, that is some of the inbound integration tools that are utilized. Okay, similarly, reporting, for reporting there are certain tools like OTBI and SmartView, which we will have a some sessions on, okay, to cover these technical aspects. Okay, so that is how our course is divided into two aspects, functional aspects and technical aspects, but majority focus would be on the functional aspects of configuring the GL, AP, AR, FA, cash management modules, and also learning how to use them, such that you become eligible for the Oracle Cloud Finance Functional Consultant role, okay, in the implementations providing businesses, okay, or companies. I hope this part is clear to all of you. Okay, so this is the generic Oracle work profile that you would come across all organizations that are into providing the Oracle implementation services. Implementation means the configuration services. Okay, so there would be a client who would get the licenses for the Oracle softwares, and then there would be another company which would come into play, which would come in and configure these applications after understanding the business processes and business requirements. Okay, now there are certain work profiles that these companies have, okay, or the roles that you discharge as part of being a team of that particular company, implementation service providing company. Okay, what are those? Oracle functional team, Oracle technical team, and end user. Okay, now Oracle functional team is what? Basically, as I mentioned, okay, those people who are purely into the configuration of these applications. Okay, so that is where Oracle functional team role comes into picture. Then there is Oracle technical team. Okay, so Oracle technical team are basically a team of technical people who actually support, or who do the implementation activities revolving around technical processes. or technical work, like, coding, report building, okay, integration, okay, integration building, okay, similarly custom application developments. So these are all these people who actually do all the development activities. They are part of the technical team where some kind of technical knowledge is required. Okay, so those people are part of the Oracle technical team, and that role is called Oracle technical role. Okay, then there is end user. What is an end user? Okay, end user are basically the business users. Okay, the people in the business, the employees of the business who actually use the application to carry out their day-to-day business processes. Like, the accounts payable team would be there. Okay, similarly, the accounts receivable team would be there. Okay, these end user role is basically from with respect to the businesses who purchase the software for their use, and their respective department employees who actually carry out their day-to-day work on these applications. Those are called the end users. Okay, then there are work profiles. Okay, what are the work profiles? Implementation, support, and testing. Now, when we talk about Oracle functional team and Oracle technical team, they can be employed in any of these work profiles. Okay, implementation work profile, support, or testing. Now, what is an implementation work profile? So, implementation, as I mentioned, is a work profile where the configuration the configuration and the development services are provided. Okay, so basically, as part of the Oracle functional or consultant team, you would be you will have to do the entire configuration. After understanding the business requirements, you'll have to configure the applications. Okay, so that is what the implementation is. So there will be a project in itself, and which will maybe run for around a year duration, or in some cases a little lesser than that, or maybe even more than a year. So the clients who purchase the license, they will actually hire some companies who are into the implementation service. Okay, who help implement or configure the Oracle applications. So that is the work profile of implementation. Okay, support is what? So after the implementation has been done, okay, after the softwares have been configured and the business has started using those applications, there would be a support that will be required. Okay, a support whenever they face an issue, to help them out with that issue, or help them fix some problems while they are trying to do any activity, or help them train on new features. Okay, so that is where there is a support team that comes into picture. Okay, for which again the Oracle functional or the technical team would be required, who have these knowledge, configuration and technical knowledge. Okay, who can support the end users. Okay, end users in carrying out their business activities on ERP smoothly. That is where a support work profile is there. Generally, after implementation only, this support work profile comes into picture. So just like in any of our day-to-day appliances, electronic appliances, what do we have? If we buy a fridge, okay, so at the time of after buying the fridge, a technical person would come in and help install the fridge, right? And then later on, anytime they will give us with a customer service number where we can call and ask for their support in case of any technical issue. That means any repair is to be done, or it has stopped working, or anything like that. You call up the support team. The same way in case of Oracle application also, there is an implementation team and support team. Implementation, you can relate it to the installation team. Okay, and support, you can relate it to the customer support team. Okay, so that is how the work profiles are. And there, generally, it is the Oracle functional and the technical team that come into picture, the roles that come into picture. Okay, testing is basically there are certain testers also in the software line. Okay, there are testers. Okay, basically who are there to test whatever configuration has been done, whatever custom development has been done. They test out those things, okay, to make sure that everything is as per the business's requirement, as per the client requirement. So that is where testing work profile comes into picture. Okay, now having trained in the Oracle Fusion financial applications, okay, you will be eligible to be part of the finance functional team, or the finance functional team, which will be basically fit into any of these profiles, work profiles, implementation or support or testing. Okay, and you will be able to configure the financial applications and also carry out transaction. You need the knowledge of carrying out the transaction, because if you don't know the business process, okay, and how to utilize the application, then you will not be able to support or help the business users understand how to use those applications. And that is why we are training for both these aspects, configuration as well as for using the application. Okay, so I hope this particular aspect is clear. Is there any question at this point of time with respect to the work profile, or with respect to the training modules, or with respect to the what is that is covered as part of the training? Any
Yeah,
question?
Chandu, I just have a quick question.
Yes, please.
You had this outlined the modules that you would be training. It had cash management, but I did
Yes.
not see the expense module there.
No, we are not covering expense module. Okay,
Oh,
because of the time duration. Okay, the time duration the course is designed. See, the thing is that when we talk about general ledger application, accounts payable application, I'll be going in depth into those applications,
right, right.
because that is the beginning aspects. Okay, general ledger specifically for that matter is the core. Okay, if you do, and I will take a little bit of time around general ledger, because if you don't understand that part, it will be quite difficult to understand the remaining applications. And that is where there is a time limitation that comes into picture, and that is where we cannot cover expense module.
But
Okay,
do you have any material that we can learn on our own or read on our own or something
see,
for
material is there, or Oracle material is also there, and then some material I will try to find.
uh-huh.
Okay, and I will try to help you out with that. Okay,
Okay,
there are many online videos available which will help you, on the basic configurations of
right,
the expense module, and help you understand how to utilize the expense module. So I will try to help you out with that.
right. Okay,
But as such, as a course itself, or as a training session itself, I cannot take because of the time limitation.
hmm,
Because all these applications that we talk about in itself, they are very big.
huge, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be trying to go in depth on each of these applications as much as possible.
So
Because yeah,
basically, sorry, yeah, basically, so it's 2.5 months, 95 hours or something in total, right?
yes, yes, yes,
And it's like 1 hour a day or something like
yes,
that.
1 hour a day, but it may extend to 15 minutes or so, or maybe half an hour in some cases.
So basically on 7 to 8 or something. Or
Yes. So
okay,
those details I will let you know towards the end of this slide. But I want to specifically, I have asked you to given this particular space to understand, I mean, to clear your doubts on the modules offering. Okay, what are the modules? Then what are the activities that we will be doing as part of the training? For that, is there any doubt
hmm,
on those things?
right.
Sorry,
Anyone
I want
else?
to ask something.
Yes, Chandu,
Yes.
regarding this old modules,
Yeah, I want to
or
get a
other modules,
clarification on
in
that
that
part.
one, intercompany
Mm-hmm.
reconciliation and all, that
Yeah.
also covered or not?
No, not covered. That is where I haven't mentioned it here.
For
Okay,
that one also we
earlier
have.
I mentioned it just to give you a idea around these things. Oracle Cloud
Okay.
Financial Suite, what it is all about, okay, and what are the different modules under it. For that, I have just showed you this slide for your
For
understanding.
this, for this also you provide material, but
No,
there will be no training.
no, I won't be providing any material for this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what our
So,
focus is, that is where I have mentioned what we are going to train on. Okay, here it is, modules covered in the course. Okay, these are the modules that I will be covering on as part of our course. And tax specifically, I mentioned, if time permits towards the end of this program, if time permits, then we will be taking up sessions on this. Otherwise, we have pre-recorded sessions for basic tax configuration that we will be sharing with you. Okay, but
Okay.
key focus is on these 5 applications.
So is
so
this is this
for
five
other models,
applications?
Just
Is this
for
five
just
other
one by
models,
one,
applications?
please. One by one, please.
yes, for other models also you don't have pre-recorded session, This one?
No, we don't have, because we don't provide it as part of our course offering. Okay. But these modules are something
Abdul,
which you should start with.
Chandu,
When you
let me
Yes.
give you the details here. Abdul,
Yes.
this course is designed for these 6 modules to cover. So as a application, we have many modules a part of this one.
Yeah.
But in this curriculum, we are not covering that because we don't have the time to cover. By this program only, we are reaching out to close to 90 to 100 hours. So this program we designed only for this course, these particular modules.
Yes.
Anything else required, we will try to provide any sort of materials externally we have, but we can't assure you that 100% we are going to give you all the things. But yes, whatever the materials that we use for other things, we will be giving you across, not an issue. That we can discuss at the end of the session. Chandu, you can proceed with the class. I mean, any
Okay.
regular questions we can take at
All
the
right.
end of the session.
Okay.
Thank you, Abdul. Yeah, thank you. guys.
Okay, just a question on the same reconciliation.
Thank
We are not talking about reconciliation as a different module, but there are some parts of reconciliation within these, like the reconciliation and the intercompany transactions, right? Like cash management would have reconciliation, I think.
So that is all integral part of each of the application.
Right.
So there might be some reports or some things that we will be addressing to. Okay, not in the whatever the application provides, that we will be discussing on.
Right.
Okay.
So like intercompany transaction could be part of, say, accounts payable or something. So
Yeah. So whatever is will be part of the respective applications that we will touch base on.
right.
So the list of those things we have mentioned in the course curriculum. Okay,
Right.
in each of the applications, so you can go through that
Right.
and you can see. Okay,
Okay.
but yeah, whatever will be applicable to the respective modules within the time limits, we will be trying to cover. Our
Right.
focus mainly is to train you on how to configure it. Okay, the basic features, the basic aspects of the application, how to configure it, as well as train you on carrying out the basic processes. Okay, because many of you might be coming from various streams. Okay, and to bring you all together onto one one platform, that is where our course is designed in such a way where we will be covering the configurations and the basic processes that are
Right.
generally carried out in the business. That is what the focus is, focus of the
Okay.
curriculum and courses.
Okay.
So am I right to say you've picked out the 6 most important module
Yes, this is the
for
4
a
modules.
cloud? The 5 most important module for a cloud consultant, for a functional cloud consultant?
Yes. So
In-
beginning, if you are starting a career in this Oracle, as an Oracle financial consultant, so you need to be aware of these, basic modules. And in the 6, also the top 5, general ledger,
Okay.
accounts payable, fixed assets, account receivable, and cash management is something basic. Once the basic 4 modules, as we call it, you need to be aware of.
Okay.
But rest all applications are kind of advanced functionalities, okay, which some businesses may use, some businesses may not use. Okay, so that is
Okay.
where depending upon case scenarios, you might explore those things in future. But our curriculum is focused on training you with the core modules, which are
Okay.
in every business that you see across the globe. You will find these departments there, as well as these functionalities being carried out, and that is where we are focusing on these modules.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So I'll move on. The companies that we are generally involved, I'll just give you a background on some of the companies also that are involved in these implementation, support, and testing profiles, work profiles. So the companies involved are the product selling. So product selling is basically the software selling is being developed and is sold by Oracle Corporation. Okay, all the products all the cloud applications are being sold by Oracle Corporation. Okay, then the service providers. Now, service providers, basically the service of implementation, the service of support or testing. These services are provided by some of these players, big fours, all the big fours like Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, EY. All of them are providing the implementation, support, and testing services. Oracle themselves have their own company, which is called Oracle Consulting, who is also providing the services. Then IBM, Infosys, and all the top players in the IT sector that you can think of, all of them are providing the Oracle implementation and support services. Okay, so that is where, from a job, scope, a lot of scope is there in the market. okay, because there are a lot of players and ERP usage is booming. Okay, and majority, almost all businesses, they are nowadays relying on ERP, and that too Oracle being one of the leading products. Therefore, there is a lot of scope in the market, and that is where this particular training course will basically give you an edge. Okay, people who are thinking to have a shift in their career, okay, or people who are trying to advance, like technical people who want to learn even the functional aspects. For them also, this course will benefit a lot to progress further in their career, okay, in this line. So that is where that is how this particular course has been designed. Okay, now you can think of any industry you take across the globe, you will find Oracle software or Oracle ERP cloud applications being used. IT, healthcare, hospital, telecom, financial services, shipping, others, any industry that you can think of. Okay, all these places Oracle ERP is being used. Now, this is just a slide on the implementation methodology, okay, because we are talking about configuration and implementation of the applications, right? So therefore, a brief around or a small just around, how the implementation process is carried out. Whenever a client, approaches a particular implementation company to configure their applications as per their business requirement, what is the process followed? That is what is displayed in this particular implementation methodology screen. So there is I will not go in depth into this, because it is itself a very big topic, okay, which I will try to take up towards the end of the training course, so that I can give you a idea around it. Okay, only by that time even you will understand better these aspects. But on a high level basis, there is a project readiness phase, okay, which by which they start off, the project starts off. Then there is a solution design. After having understood the business requirements, you would design a solution, okay, and according to which you will build the configuration, or you will do the configuration and build the applications and demonstrate it to the client or the business who is getting this software configured. Okay, and then there is a training and validation. So there will be a training phase where you will have to train the business users, we call them as the end users, okay, on using the applications, how to use the application. And along with that, they will validate, okay, whether whatever configuration has been done is catering to their business requirement or not, catering to their business process or not. And if they face any issue, they will tell you again, you will go through rectifying those cases or rectifying or correcting those issues, and then again you will train them. And then finally there is a transition phase, where what you are doing is you will hand over the complete configuration, or we call them as the production environment. Okay, after complete configuration on the production environment, you will hand it over to the business for their routine business use. Okay, and after that, the support team will come into picture, who will support them on a regular basis. This is just the implementation methodology. That is a high level explanation that I have given you for your idea. Okay, so now with this, the demo for today is complete. I would like to just explain some of the benefits of choosing TrioTech. So basically, as I mentioned, that I'll be talking to you from my experience. Okay, the experience that I have implementing the Oracle financial applications over the years. Okay, and through that experience, I will try to help you relate with the best practices of the business. Okay, more real-time specific scenario driven lectures, that is where I will focus more on. Okay, I will try to help you relate. Then whatever course material we will have, okay, whatever the PPTs, as well as the working sessions, we will have some Excel that we will maintain, or some document that we will maintain, okay, in each of the training session that we carry out. Okay, so those things also we will share. Okay, any other Oracle reference materials that is available, or any other additional side materials that we can get our hands on to explain the topics that we are discussing, we will share with you. Okay, then the timing, as you are aware, from tomorrow onwards, the timing would be 7 to 8. Okay, the timing for your batch. Okay, I would request all of you to attend 7 to 8 slot, and moving forward, that would be the timing, and from Monday to Saturday. Okay, that would be the classes from Monday to Saturday for next 2.5 months. Okay, covering around 90 to 100 hours of training. Okay, then there would be a WhatsApp group that would be created. okay, wherein any important messages have to be passed on, that will be passed on. And similarly, any questions that you may have while you are practicing, okay, you may be facing some issues. Okay, so at that point of time, to assist you, we will be available on the chat support. Okay, similarly, there would be training instance provided to you. Okay.